Hello Earth, welcome to episode 25 of season 3 of Making Cell. Making Cell is a series of videos where I record myself designing and implementing a programming environment called Cell. If you're just tuning in for the first time and you want to know what the project is about, I recommend you go to github.com/autocodonl/cell. Link, I'm pasting it in the description right now. And what I'm doing is I'm rewriting the tests, and I'm very excited about it. For reasons I don't understand fully. Well, it's the idea that we actually are encoding the behavior of cell purely in for data, more precisely in for text, which is how you represent for data using text. And I realized yesterday that you could even write the validation functions there as well. Not the validation, the parsing functions, just using multi-text here. So I think that's fantastic, and I just want to do that. So I want to do this. I also want to leverage Claude here. Yeah, let's do it here. I think I have no uncommitted changes. Perfect. Yeah, I just added one more there, but it doesn't matter. Concern parsing text to JS. No, it would be so text to paths. Actually, let me write it down first. Let's just make the difficult part ourselves. It will be what? Call it will be text to paths, I guess, something like that. But yeah, honestly, it will be a raw call, because you have C as a call. I'm still testing everything through cell call, right? Yes, this one can only be tested by cell call. I could even do the reversible ones, right? Here. Wait, how will I do these ones before I revert them? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to test those. I would be able to test all the ones with errors. Yeah, I don't even want to do this with code right now. I still have to think quite a bit. There's only a couple of things I need here. Would be parsing. Yeah, CT sounds good. It didn't work here. Actually, let's just yeah, so let's ask Cloud to fix the numbers. Wonder if that's faster than doing it myself. Oh, this takes a while. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, still one by one. Faster. I would have done it faster myself. Okay. Yeah, holding out. I'm reliably happy when I see this format now. I'm also at work to debug stuff, the for text, to look at logs. I'm just happy with it. It works. What doesn't work is it takes 2 seconds to run the test. Wow, that's a lot even for my standards, but we'll get there. Yeah, how am I going to represent this stuff? I won't. I will, because I will get an error. But technically, I could just well, I will get the exact same in this case. It would be a quote. I know, because this is yeah, but it would look the same because I don't have access to the internal representation. Unless I would have some code that would give me the paths, like one like yeah, like something like that's. I'm loath to write the function just for this, but it would be something that would give you something like one. Basically, I would have one path where it would be one multiline Hickory, like this. And 2 would be sum. And the other one will be 2. Will become animal. Let's just go back to another song here. If the 80s were a large language model, I would have run out of tokens much earlier in the day. So yeah, I mean, I could have this representation for this. That's pretty ugly, honestly. Yeah. You could have a function that gives you paths, basically, right? I could do it at the test level, perhaps. Maybe we can do it just at the test level. Like this. The result I wonder about that jump back to the left that I do. And what would be alternative to do this? Well, that looks prettier, right? Because it assumes that whatever starts is or here. No, technically the line should be there. Oh my god, am I going to go into this now? Well, it would look prettier, right? Is it that hard to do? Is it that hard? You can just basically track the beginning of the previous one. Let's see if it would be better. And if it's better, we do it. As long as it's also logically consistent, right? And I also had an issue with the indents, I remember. Maybe it's related to this. And that's the way to solve it. Multiline text in the middle of paths that then have one below that's indented up or further on the position. Yeah. One path below here. Yeah, because it's gonna gripe about indentations, although that shouldn't happen. And distinguishing literal dashes in hashes. Oh yeah, that we can solve. I was actually thinking about that earlier, but that's okay. We can leave that one for later. Maybe this is nicer, right? in whatever position you start a multi-line, you take that to be the initial one. So let's just write it first. Multi-line trickery. Like this, right? Sum 2 some calm again. Here we some calm animal like this, right? Yeah, and I indent it here or there. No, I will have to keep track of the first one, right? Because I'm indenting it here. This is level. Wait, why do I have a quote there? That's wrong. I don't need this. It will be like this. Man, that's just clean. That's just clean. Oh no, wait. I'm actually saying that multi-line trigger is one thing. So basically I need to escape this. Would be and this one will also be like that. And I close this and then I actually close the quote. And doing it here. No. It's like the first quote really opens the whole thing. And the result would be this. And this one would be like this. Yeah. All right. That's the way it should be. How long is this gonna take me? I wonder. When you start a multi-line quote, this is the effect on the other ones, right? Because when you start a multi-line quote, technically, no, only this one is because it's escape, right? It's more complicated to figure out because I'm already working with quoted text that has multi-line quoted text inside. This is making it trickier. But this is like I'm basically circling around the thing. When you hit multiline text, basically we need to validate if we're inside multiline text that whatever amount of spaces was there. This function is not that big. Well, actually, never mind. It's longer than I remember. Yeah, have that. We have the bottom part here. I think I'm doing too many things here, so what I'm going to do is today's the 14th. Ah yeah, these are the things I wrote down this afternoon, this late afternoon. Thinking multiline text coming from for data. When it starts, wherever it starts, take that, indent it, and expect it to be indented by as many spaces as there are. Yeah, this solves a parsing issue in that quote, double quote, as you need to get to the double quote, the literal. Oh, which ones were the non-literal? Non-literal. Yeah, non-literal would be non-literal double quote that opens the multiline. The quoted text would be. No, well, it's multiline. Quoted text. Test that doesn't work yet. So let's just first fix the tests in JavaScript. It's going to be better and easier to do like that. If I do this, it's still running. Yes, okay, it's running. Good. Keep the system alive, right? Let's just go with some yeah. So how should it look like? Actually need something more, I don't know what to call it. Okay, and then we can go back to Todd. More wrenching, that's it. So yeah, okay, how would it look? Tell me how it would be. So multiline trickery. if I was just writing plain in the plainly, not in plain, multiline, so we multiline trickery, sum, com, and now what? Yeah, it has to indent animal. Yeah. Yeah, man, that's how it should be. And the way to do this would be to store the offset of that quote and one expect that quote that each line on the multi-line text starts with that amount of space or more, and two, otherwise there is a validation error, and two, remove it. Yeah, and if you have something in the middle, and this solves the parsing issue with multi-line paths in the middle, because you could do something like it would be well, this wouldn't be an issue, right? Yeah. Yeah. This is how it should be. All right, let's do this. So would it be like multi-line? So multi-line text is going to have now a number. Wait, I don't need to do this, because even if you put the quote, it will still be 1. If you start a multi-line text at the leftmost, the index will still be 1. Okay. No number. Find non-literal quote. Where do I use the escaper? Ah, there. it was quite a bit of work to write this function, I remember. Ah, this one inside the decoder. Ah, okay. Maybe we should read a bit. Yeah, let's just give it a pass, right? Yeah, message is an empty text. Okay. Yeah, empty lines we ignore. Most of the complexity of these functions is about dealing with multi-line text. Good to remember. If the line starts with a space and one inside multi-line text, we deal with this indentation. Honestly, we can ignore this one, right? Well, let's just read it quickly. Yeah, basically you cannot have indents if you haven't done anything else. Indentations about the bridge for data, and then we're just basically matching the spaces and matching up to. Yeah, that's really good. So the literal double quotes and the non-literal ones are the ones who surround the quoted text. Good. If we're not inside multi-line text, we only call this function if text starts with a non-literal double quote. Sure, I didn't get that. Basically, it's just for quoted text. Yeah. If we're not inside multi-line text, because the way how we use it. This is a subtle point and I didn't fully get it. It's probably one of the hardest things of the entire function. This is how I use it. So I think we can do the surgery like this. Before we use the quarter even. What I'm going to do is validate here. If the line doesn't match. So let's say we start at 0, so we have the quote at position 0, it will be 1. So if there's one space here, basically, it would be one space, and then I would just return missing space. using indentation in multiline text, and I will just basically put the original line here. Yeah, I think that would work. What I do here is line slice 0. Yeah. So I think that's a surgery. We basically are going to validate and then slice it out from the line, validating at the beginning, and then inside multiline text equals, when I set it, how do I know this position? I have the original line, right? I will do that's the difficult part, just setting. It's only that. I think that's it. So because I lose information here, right? No, I don't lose information because I'm already keeping information here. And the question is, the quoted end okay, let's go back to Todd. Yeah, what's killing me here is I don't know what this is. Well, if I'm starting a new line, actually I have the whole thing right there, right? Wouldn't it be original line length? Yeah. I'll do no, actually not the end. No, it would be original minus the length, right? It's not defined. It's in the on the regex, yeah. Yeah. Wow, did it work? I can't believe it. No, maybe maybe it worked. So it would be multi-line, and here would be 1, right? Yeah. This would be much bigger, right? It would have to be quite a few. Have to be 1 for TRICKERY quote sum space 2 11. Why 11? I would put the original line. Original line length the quarter. The end is -1, silly. So you cannot do that. So the start is 0. Basically, it will be start plus 1. Can we do that? No, only for the first one. Okay, it's 1. Yeah, the problem with this is that we lost the original line. So we would need the original position, right? We would. Yeah. So basically, the tricky part is to pass the proper thing. The rest should be okay. Let me see how we're calling the quarter. This is killing me. It's not that much actually. So it gets multi-line. And gets trickery, some calm. And then it gets calm again. Yeah. Wait, I can fix this. I can look at the existing path. Ah. Okay. Do I really want this? Yeah, I want this. Yeah, I cannot unsee it anymore. This is correct, sir. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Just. I need another readme. Yeah. Do I really want this? I think so. Just think of it was a fine day, honestly. Why am I doing this? And if we ask Claude the obvious, he will respond the obvious. Yeah, there's no bloody contest here, right? Playing for readability, honestly. Does it make sense to indent multiline text so that you can follow it? When generating markdown, these spaces would be removed. They are just to represent for data as text for text. No, this is the way to go, absolutely. Space is highly significant in for text. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so we're getting there. Yeah, I want this. Yeah, I want this. This is the way to do it. How do I keep... I know how to do it. I need to write the idea for tomorrow. How to the dash. I use literal dashes. When more than when the dash is in a hash, it's a little. Otherwise, it's a placeholder for a number. time is it? Yeah. Today I'm respecting my bedtime. It's been a long day. Yes, the way to do it is the following. You take the current path you're looking at and you backtrack until you find the previous. That's why I was laughing and I went here. How to get the proper offset for text. It's not getting it. What's the proper offset for not for text, for multiline text? Inside multiline text. Take the current path from the end and go back until you find the first multiline entry on 1 or the beginning of the path. If there's a multiline entry, just take the length of whatever is. Can I do that? No, I cannot, because they add up, sir. I need to recompute it from the beginning. No. Let's compute the width. For this, take, if it's a non-multiline, take the length plus 1. If it is multiline, take the length of the first line of that multiline and do also plus 1 for the quote at the beginning. Keep on going until the end, then add one more for the quote that you are starting now. Oof, bam, yeah, that will be it. You'll be path. If I need to call the decoder, what was it? Unparse element, right? And luckily this unparse element I don't use it for multiline, right? I do not. Oh, I need to fix also this one, right? I do. Wait. Why am I in quotes here in the numbers? No, that's not what I want. Definitely not what I want. Actually, I do, because I'm taking the path element. Yeah, I'm parsing it. Yeah. If it's not a string, I return the number. Yeah, yeah. No, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. It's gonna be tricky, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. So it would be. If it doesn't match multiline, return a plus b length plus 1. If not, I would basically do b, b, I need to take the last one, the last line. That's what I need, right? Yeah, you could technically have something like this. You could something like this. No. Yeah. And parse it, and then basically I need to take the value of the last one, because the first one, it doesn't matter how long it is. It's the last one that makes it. That's interesting. We split by this. It's already text. Plus 1 for the quote, plus 1 for the space. one space, add one space, one non-literal quote, and one space. Is 19 correct? Maybe 19, no, 17. 17, should be 17, why 19? We're almost there though, huh? Okay, I'll wrap it up now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.